What's up, you guys? Man, this is Mental Awakening Podcast. Appreciate all y'all love and support. Thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you're notified every time I drop a vid. Appreciate y'all for being here today. Go ahead and hit that bell. If you're listening on Spotify, get notified when I drop a pod. So yeah, man. Let's talk about it today, man. Well, I thought I was going to start my water fast on Friday. Thought I was going to prep myself. I had the urge last night to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and reset myself. Because I've been, lately, just been a little bit snappy. I don't know what it is. I just been a little snappy lately, and I've been trying to rein that in, just a little bit, because like I told you guys, I'm starting to understand my true purpose and understand who I truly am, which is a disruptor. And you can be a disruptor in a good way too. Like if somebody's having a bad day or something like that, disrupt, tell a couple of funny jokes, and they start smiling and they forget about a lot of stuff. Like, you can be a disruptor in that way, too. Because you're disrupting the flow of things. That's what my job is. To come in and, that ain't. I don't like how that's looking. So, but yeah, so I did start. I started today. Technically today, last night at 12. So, shoot, I'm about 17 and a half hours in. I feel good. Of course, you got to push past the mental, I'm hungry, trying to tell your stomach. Once you push past that, man, it's smooth sailing. It's going to be smooth sailing. So, I'm prepared. I'm ready. Been working really hard at this. But, what's more important during this time? Always keeping a creative mind. Always be in creative mode. I realize that it's very important that you never shut off your creativity. Always be creating, always be thinking of new things. Always be ready to improve. That's what I'm doing during this time. Coming up with ideas, skit ideas, all type of stuff. It's free flowing during this time, man. And I know it's going to be even more the deeper I get into, the fast and everything like that. And like I said, man, I'm seeing stuff for what they are and not what they appear to be. Because that's what will happen in this type of world. You'll get tricked by the appearance of something. But there's more to that thing once you dig deeper into it. You feel me? So that's what I'm making sure that I always leave my mind open, always be creative, always be ready for the next big thing. Also, while being patient, also while not trying to do a spinoff of what you already got going. I'm learning that I got to stop trying to create something new until I get this curated, get this up and going, then move on to something new, but still keep that thing going at the same time. And what I mean when I say that is creating a new YouTube page in the middle of while one is growing is not a smart thing to do. And I learned that lesson. I did. Listening to advice of others, which I appreciate the advice of others, of course. But creating a new page while this one is not, is growing, but it's not where you need it to be to really be able to get the traffic over to the other page is something I learned. and learning to, hey, you got a good thing going over here, continue to build it here, and then spread your wings and go do it other places. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned that. I'm learning that creating is such a fun world to be in. Creating stories, creating art is an amazing feeling. Because at the end of the day, that is what we're here to do, is to create. Create the next generation, create generational wealth, create everything. So that's why we should always be mindful of creativity. Always creating, regardless of what we're doing, regardless of what we're going through, regardless of how times look. Always be creating. And I'm learning that right now. Like, I'm constantly creating things in my brain, thinking of them in my mind, bringing them to the forefront, making sure that all ideas are spoken about, at least. Even if not executed and done, they at least need to be brought to the forefront and spoken about. And so you always leave that part of your brain on. I think what a lot of people, what they don't understand is, the moment you stop creating is the very moment that it all dries up for you. Everything dries up. The celebrity dries up. The power dries up. The freedom dries up. That's why you must always create, because there's always a guy next in line who's willing to take your spot. It's always someone. And a lot of times, then when you get deep into the politics, you start to understand that when you're creating something and it comes from you, you have to make sure that you have a real plan for it, that you're committed to it, and that you're going to continue to grow from it. I think a lot of times we get in our own way and we stop our own momentum. We must stop that. We must stop doing that. At the end of the day, we start crushing our own momentum, you know? And it's not intentionally sometimes. Sometimes it don't even be intentionally. Sometimes when we're in that mode and we're in that bag, that we tend to block out everything else and everyone else. That's how I feel. I'm so excited of this season that I'm stepping into right now, and I hope that you're stepping into right now, of creating things coming to fruition. And it's just coming together, man. That's the major thing. I think that's what I want. I don't think that's what I want. Actually, that's exactly what I want. Things that just come together. Me understanding how to keep those things together. Because once it comes together, it can be tore apart. But if you know how to keep it together, it'll be well worth it in the end. And so listen, man, I appreciate y'all for being here. Always be thinking creative. Always have your thinking cap on your brain. Always be ready to create. I appreciate all y'all love. all y'all support. Thank you for being here. This is the Mental Awakening Podcast, and I will catch y'all another time. Peace.